Check, 1, 2, check. This is going on. We are live. Alrighty. It's fucking time to make some more game. Oh, that's yum. I've got a destructive force on the loose. He's vicious. Ugh. I'm gonna have to spend a little bit of time with him here to make sure that he does not get too frisky during the broadcast. So here's what's going on. Let's look at the fucking roadmap. We're in the wrong goddamn scene. There we go. I was drunk. Last night was funny. That was a good night. I had a good time. Those were funny streams. I was wasted. There's no beer left. There's none left. No, I did not vomit. I had a great time. I had no hangover, nothing. I was all good. It was shocking, though, how fucking drunk I was. I remember some of the funny shit, and then I watched it, and it was funny. I came very close to getting hard liquored. I was going to throw up if that happened. I don't know what distracted me from doing that, because I thought that was going to happen too. Something distracted me. But anyway, here we are. And right now, I've got an issue where I've cloned this character. And right now, when I pick up an item with player 2 and try to cut player 1 with it, there is an issue where the Polygon Collider 2D right here excludes player 1 from the layer. So instead of doing that, which is what I initially just did, I set it to that. I need it to set that value based on who's picking the item up, which means I have to modify the player 1 animator and the player 2 animator, which is what I'm doing right now. We're hoping it's going to work. I've got some weird stuff working, but not all the way. I don't know how far down the rabbit hole I'm going to go with the controllers. It's a little bit frustrating. Let's see here. Visual Studio. Player 1 animator. Really? This is just one method. Hold on. I'm just gonna fucking do the replace held item method of this. This one. That's what I need to replace. I went too far. There we go. And then on player 2 animator, I also have to do that. And it's replace held item. All right. Let's check out if it works. Now, I have a PlayStation controller hooked up, and it works to a point. Like, I have 2 of them, which is a problem, actually. I shouldn't have them both hooked up at the same time, I'm guessing. But yeah, you'll notice down at the bottom there, you saw that yellow message. Or maybe you don't because I'm in the way. I'll show it to you here. Joystick disconnected. DualSense wireless controller. That means that this system is detecting my controllers. It's a good thing. And I've got one of the axes identified properly. The problem is one of them is not. My vertical axis is absolutely jacked, and there are other buttons like the D-pad's not being identified, and it's pretty annoying. So let's fucking take a look at this. See if we got the pickup routine going. See if I can control this with the controller at all. Compiler errors. What fucking... Oh, that's a bunch of them. Not save. Alright, no errors. Here we go. Wait, that's the different spot. Come on, bitch. There it is. No errors. Let's go. Alright, so see, I'm controlling this with the controller now. But the duck function doesn't work. He just constantly is ducking if I'm doing any vertical motion, including pushing up. And I can pick this thing up, and let's see if it'll cut. It's not cutting. It'll cut this guy, I think. Yep. He's getting the shit cut out of him. He's dead. But this guy, it's not cutting him. And the reason why is because this fucking katana, still at this moment, even with my changes, is still having a polygon collider excluding the layer player 1. And maybe I'm not sure. I'll go back here. I mean, when we look at this, right, this is the player 1 animator. It should be player 1. Player 2 animator ignores player 2. So this is right here, player 2 on the scene. That's who he is. He's player 2. And his katana says player 1. And his item animator script is right here. He doesn't have a held item in his animator script right now either. Oh, this thing isn't even on. That's not the actual animator script. I should remove this. That won't actually stay removed, which is a problem. This one too. I'm just going to stop this right now. What the hell? Okay, so there's an animator here that's not on. And then there's an animator here that is on. And the script is here. Player 2 animator. This is the right one. Look at all these animator scripts that should not be here. Let's get rid of all this crap. Alright, that's going to help. Now we've got this player 2 animator. That is not got... Right now, I mean, well, the game isn't on. This should have had the katana in there. But this player 2 animator is player 2 animator. So it turns to this. And that layer mask is not what I'm looking for. I think that's the problem. Ignore layer, collision, item layer, player layer. Player layer. This is not right. Player layer, though, is just actually the player layer 2. It gets set to this. Then it does this one. Alright. All right, we're still going to replace Deld item script. This time we're going to get the correct Polygon Collider 2D setting. We weren't setting the right thing. So we do this as player 1. Player 2. And then instead of this has to just say 2. And that should do it. Let's try it. It works. Die. Fucking piece of shit. Oh. You're a fucking corpse. That's good. Fix the problem. Obviously, this guy shouldn't resurrect. That's an issue. We're going to need to make sure that doesn't happen. And we're very close here. Obviously, controller support's not important. What is important, though, is that the speech bubble... Do you see how the speech bubble didn't appear? Do you know why that happened? It's because player 1's dead and its head's been cut off and it doesn't exist as a game object. So there needs to be a player 2 speech bubble as well as a player 1 speech bubble. I've reflected this in the fucking roadmap, which you can see somewhere in this bitch here. This one. I had to add to the stupid roadmap one thing that is going to be in the way. More than likely, AI integration is going to start Wednesday. That's what I think it's going to be. I'm going to do it all day long on Wednesday. So, if you want to have a good time on Wednesday, come join me for a fucking marathon development day when I do AI integration into the fucking game. Well, anyway, we need to prepare it the last bit of the way today before we get to putting fucking... It's so much like the knights that say knee. That's pretty much what this character is. It's one of the knights who say knee. In fact, I can make him say knee if I go back here and do this again. There he is. So yeah, I mean, you can kind of do that, but we'll put the AI in there and we could actually make that into the knight that says knee, and then it will play its role. as the knight that says knee and do that. That's exactly where we're going with this. And as we standardize this sprite set, because it's coming together, it really is, then we'll start making more and more characters. It's going to be all day on Wednesday. Probably 8 or 9 hours. I don't think. Thank you, Viking Gears. It took a long time to make this gore look good. I did that all myself, so I'm pretty proud of the way that it turned out. It took a very long time to get it right, and now it's time to do a few things with the controls and get these characters separated. The next thing, it's critical, more so than even controller support, which I have partial controller support, you were able to see. But I don't have full controller support because my vertical axis is still not recognized. We'll get there. Right now, I want to get that speech bubble separated. All right, so we got a lot of stuff to look at here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull in the fucking scripts that have anything to do with the speech bubble. So the dev console is one of them, and the speech bubble, there's two of them. There's the speech bubble and the speech bubble stabilizer. All we need to do is update dev console. We don't have to touch the speech bubble stuff because that stuff is generated. So if we just do this on handle input, we should be okay. That should determine whether or not it's player 1 or player 2 based on whether or not it is a player 1 say or player 2 say in the console, which ultimately is going to be API commands coming from our LLM. Keep in mind, I've already integrated SQL into this game. Know I can integrate the LLM into this game too. It's going to be wild. We're going to see some really crazy shit. But anyway, this is the handle input now, so we should be able to test this in game. try it and see if we can get each one to independently speak. It froze. Oh, we've got something. Oh, I forgot to define my shit. Okay, so I need to define shit. I'm being dumb. So, the speech bubble component, the speech anchor's here, and the speech anchor's here. Is there a speech bubble already in here? We generate the speech bubble, don't we? It's not just in here. The speech bubble gets generated. Alright. I think we can do this without doing any dumb shit. I really want to continue to spawn in the speech bubbles on the players. I don't want them hanging out on the players, following them all the time. I want them spawned in. And I want them destroyed when they're destroyed. I want each one to be its own thing and to have its own merit and to be destroyed, like I said, when it's completed. So, I think this is the way. Oh, we're not done yet. Alright, let's replace this code one more time. And get in there. Do we have build errors? Doesn't look like it. Let's go. We had build errors after we tried to instantiate the bubble, though. That's the problem. So, nothing's better yet than it was. Speech anchor not found on player 1 route. The speech anchor is located on the head. So That's an error that we don't. I get. It's just unfortunate. We got to get sound effects for this gore as well, Viking Gears. I forgot to mention, and that'll make things very interesting. I want the sound to change based on what the object is. So that knight's armor should make a clanging sound, and the flesh of that fucking dude should make a slicing sound. And there should be screaming and shit when the limbs fucking get lopped off. Yes, I mean, I plan on having text to speech in this game, Nasty Maddie. So what's going to happen is you'll be able to choose voices for the AI people if you want to, and they'll talk. And also, boot failure, what the fuck is up? I'm making this game. It's coming together, man. It is. I have partial controller support, for fuck's sake. Let me demonstrate. Like, I'm in it right now. And it's not perfect, but I can, like, knock this item over and pick it up if I want to, and I can slice this guy, and he'll bleed and die eventually. Like, eventually he'll fucking keel over dead and fucking get up again and all kinds of crazy shit. We can fucking turn him into fucking Swiss cheese if we want to. But the most important thing is I'm trying to make these speech bubbles work correctly. So I need to stop this and start it again with, wait, hold on, with the speech bubbles working. I'm trying to make the second player and the first player divorced. I'm trying to make them separated. You can see they were moving together a little bit. I've got to make their controllers completely separated, and I have to have their speech bubbles separated even more importantly. So I've got that now. I'm going to go ahead and bring that into the dev console here and save it. The dev console, what I mean by that, it's this fucking thing I made down at the bottom of this game that we can use to, like, simulate the API that's going to be used with the AI. So here we go. Let's fucking check it out. Still, speech anchor not found on player 1 route. And player 1 route is correctly spelled, yes. Why are there 2 player 1 routes? When did this happen? There's 2 player 2 routes too. What the fuck is that? Why? Okay, hold on, stop. I think that's not how it starts. No, it starts as knight, and then it changes to player 1 route for some reason. It changes. So, when I start the game, this becomes player 1 route, and this becomes player 2 route. They changed the name of it, which is good. That's what we wanted to do. But I need to be... I'm giving false information to this. I can't be doing that. So I need to clip this up. Alright, I think we got this fixed now that we got this clarified. So yeah, boot failure, I'm making this fucking game, and it's going well. On Wednesday, I'm gonna integrate AI into this game. So I hope that you come by and say what's up on Wednesday and take a look at that, because it's gonna be pretty fucking badass. And... oh, I want to fix another problem. All right, good. That was crucial. I forgot to do this. I need to also turn off the animators when the console is up. That's been annoying. They always move while I'm typing, and we don't need that shit. We can get rid of that right now. While I'm already in the console making changes to the console, this is the time to do that. We're going to spend a lot of time in the console soon. Wednesday is almost... It's going to be very, very heavy amounts of console use on Wednesday. It's important that this thing work fucking flawlessly. Alright. Let's fucking go. Stop. Do it. Speech bubble prefab not assigned. But why? Really? Where the fuck do I have to sign that? Speech bubble prefab, there it is. Fucking dumb as shit, I guess. Speech bubble is right here. Don't know why this got reset, but it did. Let's see if that works. I remember working on this fucking speech bubble was such a bitch. So I want it to work without fucking fail now. So I don't have to worry about it. Got one of them working. Got one of them working. I'll bet there's an address problem. Player 2. Not the animator, it's this. Player 2. Animator, player 1, animator. Okay. Yep. Make it game. Yeah. We're gonna try one more time with this to wild card the prefab hierarchy, so that we just look for head in the hierarchy, and then work from there instead of trying to figure out if it's player 1 or player 2 or any of that shit. So hopefully this will enable our player 2 speech bubble to work.
Bum, your ass is fired. You are a piece of shit. Your face is made up of human feces and so is your MoMA.
That's nice. It's good to see that that's working correctly. Hell yeah, cheers. I wish I could drink with you. I'm out of beer. It sucks, but life goes the fuck on, I guess. Can you do it? Can this fucking thing solve my problems? I think I need another cola. I'm gonna go grab one of those. Damn, that sounds good as shit. I wish I had anything to mix with this, honestly. I just don't. That's right. That's right. They can talk now. Oh, that doesn't work. One at a time. That's great. That's fucking great. All right, so that takes care of that. We can remove that off the roadmap. That's a roadmap killing move right there. Let's go there and do that. Fucking day is it? It's 4:13. That's really all there is left to do. At this point, they're separate entities. We just need to fix the controllers and make it so that they work. We don't even need to do that to make the AI work. That's just an option for us. Like, it would be cool to have text to speech. That would be fun, but that's going to be a later thing. We got to get the AI in there. It's time. We've fucked around too long. But at this point, the next thing is we got to make sure that these are entirely independent players. So again, critical that I get these scripts correct. Okay. We are going to probably be changing input systems here. We're going to try it anyway. So I want you to see some things. Right now, I'm using what's called the Unity Legacy input system. It is this shit. God damn it. This. This is it. This is the legacy input system. It's specifically looking at key codes like this. That's legacy input system. The other input system is actually within the settings. So I'll show you that. Speaking of settings, remember before when I didn't fucking have the ability to tell you how I fixed the layers? I can tell you now. It's the dumbest place. So this is the spot where the layers are. It's Physics 2D's simulation layers right here. And then you have to have everything selected here, and it wasn't. So that is ass that they don't tell you that. And then the second thing is that we can go into the input system. There's an input manager and an input system package, and all this is new stuff in Unity, but it helps with these top tier controllers that are all out there. And I want controller support with top tier controllers. So we're going to currently wait on this solution. It's probably going to take about 15 minutes for that solution to come back. In the meantime, we can improve little things while that solution's coming back. Because I've got that actually doing a deep research right now on this. So once that deep research comes back, I'll be able to integrate it. I'll be out of here. So other things we can do. It's all related to controls. The problems that I'm having at this point. So I guess that blood animation that I'm doing, I could do that. I could work on that. That's still, I mean, I know I've made the gore good already, but you know, there's nothing wrong with messing with this a little bit. Okay. The hell? Like, that's cool. I don't want this. could actually do that. We could put this on an iPad. That's fucked up. What the fuck? There we go. That's kind of cool. If I double click there, can I just make it full screen? Yeah, I can. That's how it works. That's kind of cool. I want to do that next time that I play the game. Fire! Goes so much flyer. It flies so much better. Flies so much better when but it could be fighting against the gravity. That's the problem. God, I couldn't even see that. They just fall down. That's all they do is they just drop down. They barely do anything. And they're behind these still. Yeah, I like the blood splat on the attacker too. I've been trying so hard to make it look right. The main issues right now are the fact that those two controllers are still linked together, but and also the fact that the actual slice itself is still not doing what it's supposed to do at all. Like when this happens, it doesn't matter what well, it's start speed 30. It doesn't exist. Let's make that happen. All right. Is this 30 now? Yes. Let's see what happens if I do this. See that part where they're synced like that with the duck command? That's messed up. Pick this up. It's spraying more. It's just not going far enough. It's like when I actually instantiate it there, it's not. Stop getting up. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I think it improved it somewhat. Let's see what happens if I increase it by an insane amount. What if I put it to 70 or 80? Let's go to 80. Do it. and then go for this and see what happens. See, look, it's flying actually. It's actually flying. This is what I'm hoping for. Oh, look. Okay, so it's flying in all directions, which is not what I'm hoping for it to do. Yeah, it's doing way more of what it's supposed to at this point. It's in the front layer at least and everything. If I go over here, chop this guy's arm off, shouldn't... That went all over the place. Oh, he took it. He took one down. This guy's still up. I hate that he just woke up. It's so shitty. Oh, we need to move all those decals again for each player so that they're correct. That's another thing that has to be done. What's going on? I'd have to cook those. I'm making the game. I could. There's a Yoon.
Hi.
Ah. They say hello, Yoon. Alright, you want me to cook you snacks, huh? I suppose I can do that.
Yeah.
I'll probably be back later today. As you can see, there's not much left to do. I've just got to get the controllers working, and then we're going to give AI control of these things. It seems like we have a snack to make, yes. So I'll be back later on.
How did you get these tiny frames? And how did you get those tiny papers?
I don't know, Yoon. Put the effort into the tiny frames. That's how it worked. All right, guys. Peace out. I wish I could finish this thing. It's not even done. It's still dealing with all this crap. So I will let it do that, and then we'll figure it out. Wow, that is really bloody. It was a good hour. We got a lot done. Peace.